Hey, look at this, guys. I'm not starting my video solo this time. Hopefully the microphone's working. So we've got an R1200GS Airhead with us too, which is pretty cool. So it looks like we've got a, oh, we're already pulling off. We've got a 2G, I think we're doing a U-turn here. We're doing a U-turn. We've got 2G, 3G, 4GSs, I don't know. 1, 2, 3 GSs. I think that's a Super Tenere. And then R100S. I don't know what that is actually, but... Oh yeah, we're doing the NEBDR today. We're doing sections 6, 7, and 8, which I've done before, but the BDR folks did make some changes. Specifically, initially they had this thing running all the way to the Canadian border in Maine. And oh yeah, we are doing a U-turn. So yeah, we've got a Oilhead GS. Another Washouts GS. I don't know what that thing is. I can't remember what, I don't know, it's a Super Tenere or a, I don't know. Anyway, and the R100S. So anyway, they had the thing going to the Canadian border, and then because of the forest companies, they cut it. Section 8 got cut into, like, I mean, 3 or 4 hours south of the border. I mean, it got cut severely because the forest companies were like, you know what? No, you can't come up here. And so it stopped in Rangeley Golf Far. It stopped in Rangeley, and then they recently re-added back Section 8, but this time it cuts from Rangeley over to Errol, New Hampshire, and then up the Hamster to the Canadian border that side. Now, I've done the Hamster so many times. Kind of cool to be behind an Airhead, though. I've done the Hamster so many times that doing the NEBDR, we're getting our bearings. Doing the NEBDR is going to be pretty easy. It's sections I've done before. Oh, he's coming to me. Guess we're doing BDR South. Oh yeah, so we're in Rumney, New Hampshire. The guys this morning left Woodsville, New Hampshire and cut across. They actually passed my house, so I finished all my meetings and I met up with them in Rumney. And now we're going to be, I don't know, doing the BDR again. I'm happy. My thing is, I'm happy to be off-road, happy to be off early on a Friday, happy to be with a bunch of people. We're going to camp tonight to make some new friends, get some, riding in. It's always a part of like my fitness routine is doing riding, believe it or not. I got to work on these knobbies somehow, so if someone's invited me on the BDR, I'll do it until these knobbies are spent, because then I'm going back to street tires. Only problem with this thing is just the weight of it, but hey, if an R100S can do it with this really heavy top case setup he's got, I've got no excuse. But I'm definitely on the heaviest bike here today, and at least now I know the sections that are the hardest. So, only problem is these knobbies are about half spent, so they don't have the traction they did when I did the NEBDR 6 weeks ago on these things. It's all about rambling, but let's get to it. It's going to be a fun weekend. Boom! Solid gravel. Finally off the pavement. We're in Enduro Pro mode. Got our knobbies equipped. 30-39 is the tire pressure. And don't forget, I've been hard an R100S with the OEM shocks and looks like street tires. So if he's at the top of the mountain waiting for me, I screwed up. Do 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 do. Yeah, we're at Sandwich Notch. World famous Sandwich Notch. Starts right back here. It's a great road. I mean, it's it really is a shortcut if you're trying to get to Sandwich. It's really fast. Goes straight through the mountain. It's just, it's only open seasonally, and it's not going to work if you're in like a very low car, like a Honda Civic or something. Woo! But time to test this tank bag because, yeah, I should not have used this tank bag. I can't lean forward at all, see? It's also a good time to test everyone's off-road skills. This is probably, well, it's the hardest road in New Hampshire. Of Section 6, Sandwich Notch. Oh, what's going on here? What's up, dude? Hi, guys. Supposed to see another set of college kids, and then I ride into a ditch. That's for those of you who've been around since before the Triple Black GSA came on the channel. It's a good one though. Just search my channel for Crash, and it's an off-road crash, but it's perfectly set up. I'm heading this direction. I see a bunch of kids hikers, like 80% young girls, which that's Scotty's joke, is like a bunch of college girls. And we've been at this for about an hour and a half now. Then we went right here. Well, they changed it.
I wanted to explain the next clip a little bit because that's not me in the next clip. It's actually a guy from Adventure Rider, Hodges, his username. He orchestrated this entire trip. So after the trip, he was kind enough to send me his GoPro footage. So sometimes he's leading, sometimes he's in the very back, and so it's kind of a nice mix-up, in my opinion, of our two cameras. He's obviously a better rider than me, so it's kind of nice to see someone who's a competent rider. Yeah, so enjoy.
Oh, I totally know this road. I know it now. I'm an idiot. Yeah, it's just weird. It's like not until I get down here that I like realize, oh, I've been out here before. About to do a whole hairpin. Wow. The Appalachian Trail actually follows that ridge there. It follows the Presidential Ridge up to Mount Washington.
This is us. I think we're heading through the notches now. Not Franconia, but one of the other ones near where the Man of the Mountain is. And then next up, we cut over to Bear Notch Road, which was super fun actually. Kind of those like partially paved, partially unpaved kind of things. But there was a lot more slab than I really expected in these sections. It was kind of nice to finally get back to dirt. Alright, so now we've actually ended day one. I didn't put any day one clips because this video is already long enough. This is day two, so Hodges and 5 of the 7 people actually did Mount Washington Auto Road, and this is their video clip of them going up. I didn't go up. I went like 4 weeks ago, and so I didn't want to pay again, so I hung back and waited for them to do the auto road. But obviously it's a part of the NEBDR to go up here as an extra thing, and if you're not from the area, definitely do it because the views are really, really spectacular. It's an example of why I like having these video clips of them going over the top and showing off the views. And for those of you that are doing the NEBDR, definitely do it. And by the way, Hodges is recording on a Hero Session 5 for the record, so you can compare that pretty easily to the GoPro Hero 7 that I use. But he's using 30 frames per second where I usually use 60, and that's where you can kind of see some of that issue there with the choppiness of it. It's because fast-moving motorcycles, you want as much data as you can get, and 60 frames a second is kind of like the minimum for fast motion. Anyway, I'm glad I got to include this clip. Kind of jealous of them, but at the same time, once you've done it once, it's not a huge deal to do it again, especially 4 to 6 weeks apart of climbing the auto road on a bike. And meanwhile, while they're doing that, we're in front of McDonald's. It's just sitting here, actually using their free Wi-Fi, sitting on our camp chairs. So that was like 2 hours of just sitting hanging out, but I was doing some email and catching up on work, so it worked out for the best, actually.
Oh, good morning, everyone. It's Adam here. We're leaving Gorham, 11 a.m. We got up at 6:30, and everyone was supposed to be wheels up at 7:45 to go to the Washington Auto Road. Two of us went over. I've been in the Washington Auto Road before. No interest in doing it again. So two of us went to McDonald's and just got our camp chairs and just sat in front of McDonald's in our camp chairs, drinking coffee. Until they got back at, I think, 9:30. And so, oh man, it's been so long already. But then it was the 07GS, which had cancel. The 07GS, that's the center, that has a the fuel pump is right here, the connector and everything. It spun a leak, which it was leaking from there on the side stand, engine, fuel leak, and then the quick disconnect like came loose basically. So they fixed it, and so now it's 11 a.m. and we're on the road. Not complaining at all. I think I mentioned yesterday that this happens when there are large groups. Every time you add 3 people, you double the chances of there being a flat tire, a dead battery, a leak, starter issue. Add 3 people. Three people riding, very unlikely something will happen. 6 people, double the chances. It's just that's how it goes. You double your chances again when you go to 9 people. So I expected there to be something. Hopefully that's our one thing of the trip. And so now we're doing the ride to Rangeley today. I'm not doing the ATV trails. I'm doing the NEBDR. I'm calling it the easy. It's just the non-expert sections. I don't feel like doing expert sessions. Just don't feel like it. I don't have anything to prove. Showing off. Two of these guys are pilots. Well, there's a lot of GS guys that actually are pilots, and pilots are a special breed, and they're fun to ride with though, and really smart, and usually very mechanically inclined. I think it's crossable. Well, that's, yeah, you'll have to take your boxes off for that, I guess. Huh. And this is the BDR or just the ATV trail? Oh shit, no, don't go that way. That rut went off the road. Yeah, this is some sandy shit, man. I love this little road here. I recorded this last time we did this ride. This little road here alongside the pond is so nice. Plus the mesh pants are letting airflow across my butt, and it's so nice. Food. Finally. Well, we got a group of 7 going down a road that has no more maintenance. Huh. 2-track. Everyone's ready for some hill climbs. Then there's 2 of me with this big ass tank bag. This is really nice. I forgot all about this road. Yeah, so we are we're in the section now where it's like basically closed.
So if you go straight here, as the BDR tells you to, you'll actually get to this like terrible washout. So I know it'll go around, so we went left here, and then of course I do this tight turn and drop my bike. This is Wolfgang. This isn't fast forward. He ran over to help me pick the bike up, but
I'm good.
I just dropped it.
The reason I turned left there is because it basically, you can't cross that stream. We have to come down here and do a hard right.
Oh, okay.
Would you mind catching the other side for me?
Yeah. Just kind of holding it there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm just going to walk it on the hill here. Got it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, you have to turn right here?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm good.
Okay.
As you can see, he expertly turns into it and just walks down. I did stick around to help everyone get their bikes around there just in case. There's a spotter, basically. I wasn't recording, but you know, it's good to have a spotter for these kind of things. We have a man down.
Yep, you've got a kickstand out. You're good.
Alright, so this kind of begins the section of hell. It's the roughest part of the BDR sections 6, 7, and 8. It's just unpredictable, kind of slightly rutted with lots of baby heads. You just got to pick a line and use momentum if you're on a big bike, but anyone can get through it. You just need to just be careful on this part, but you'll see in a second.
This is going to be hard. We got the R1200GS and we got the Washouts. It's going to be a tough go at this hill here. Hope that me dropping the bike again was on video. It was just a weird angle. Make sure he made it okay. I personally do hate this section though. Seriously. So we're at the last section here, last section before Rangeley. If we were to not do the BDR, like an hour and a half, like 60 miles south of Rangeley. So we should be there in 3 hours, I would say at the most, but we'll see. I'm sure we'll hit some dirt pretty soon. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. Beautiful, huh? Oh yeah, I forgot I was recording there. This was my favorite section of the VDR, was this one here. I remember I actually stopped recording a couple times and I was like, whoa, what is going on here? Just because it's like super hard packed, but like groomed. It's just nice. Look at this canopy. I love canopies. I don't hear him. I'll flip back. It's such a fun little section here. Little bits of rocks, but like in the ground rocks that are like whoop, whoop, whoop. A little bit of ruggedness. It's jostling you around a little bit. All right, I get it. Jesus Christ! Turn traction control off. Yeah, I'll control how much fucking spin to give you. I'm in control now, bitch. This sucks. This does suck. You know, they weren't kidding. This is terrible. Man, it's like I just don't remember this section at all, but from another ride, but what do I know? It could have been we skipped it because either they were closed because it was July, or they got late. I'm definitely going to need to service these shocks in the winter. Could you imagine the pain these things are going through right now, going 40 or 50 on this shit? But I think they'll be, this winter they'll be at like 25, they'll be 30,000 miles roughly. So, oh, we're so close now. So close. Yeah. So close to Rangeley, guys. There's GS over there. Son of a gun. Fucker came out of nowhere. Not at first. Oh, this is the first time on a R1200GS. Yeah, look at this. Oh, this. It just sounds like I'm riding a tractor around the yard. Seriously. Very light steering. has a really aggressive engine braking. Has these terrible old BMW grips though. I hated these things. These things are just bad. You feel a lot of heat coming out of the cylinder heads. Well, this thing is air cooled, so I mean, if you're not moving, it's baking those heads. It's where the gear shifter is underneath the head up here. I'm not sure I'd want to actually ride one of these things on a cross-country trip. People do it, but I don't think I'd want to. Alright, well, it's day 3, Sunday. I'm heading home today. They're going to camp somewhere north of Pittsburgh, Errol area, New Hampshire. Yeah, so the plan this morning is that the 3 of us that don't have ATV passes, and I did that by design actually, it's not that I'm cheap, it's that I'm tired of taking this bike on trails when it's fully loaded up. I like taking those kind of rides when it's
This is the crew, the 4 of them out on the ATV trails. It's like 11-mile loop they did. Took them, they were probably out there like an hour, maybe hour and a half, and they weren't really trying to rush. You know, looking back at this footage, this is totally doable on a bigger bike. It was probably a little sandy, but this isn't really rough terrain. The only thing is, you know, for the privilege of doing this, you got to pay $76 to the state of Maine for a 1-week ATV pass. So for me, it was worth just staying back, and I went to a breakfast shop, had a bagel, had some coffee. May have had 2 cups of coffee, and yeah, so they had fun though. I'm glad they went out and did it.
How was it?
It was fun.
Good. I heard. We got the text saying we're like 10% left. We're almost there. Next text, we drop bikes. We'll be a little bit.
Drop their bike.
No.
Did you drop it on the left side?
Right side.
Okay.
Mark and I both dropped them. I broke my skid plate off.
Oh, what?
Some wire.
Wow.
That was the last incident.
So what was this like? Was it just deep sand? Rocks?
No, rocks and up steep uphills and kind of like, you know, the steep section we did yesterday.
A great time.
So we had a
Yeah, you know, I think
we had a
my
few of
Lox and
those.
Bagels was a great
I think
time.
if she busted up his skid plate, I'm glad I didn't go.
Right there.
So we just turned onto Old Route 16. Yeah, and this is a first for me going on this road. So I think we're still in Maine, but the dust is bad. But prior to this, the BDR was ending in Rangeley, that mid-spring update. Rangeley done, cut off. And so from there, you head west. Oh, we've got a washout. Oh, look at that. Oh.
How many miles of this we got? This is bode well for the long haul. How many miles of this?
This is the first time I've ever been on this before. This is the new connector for the hamster. Are you guys going?
Yeah.
You guys backing up? Well, we're going around it. I got a little too excited there. Okay. Alright, so this is where I usually take a right here. So now I know where we are. So this is kind of the alternate way to get to the hamster. totally familiar with this. And so, at least I know where we are now. It's a nice little road here. Very, very moose-friendly terrain. Just, whew, there goes a moose.
It's funny to me because he was in the front, and you look how little dust he has. It's like no dust, obviously, and I'm back at the group in number
Dust
7, and
City, man.
this is my view.
Got a nice view, though, of the bikes. May need to go ahead and change my air filter out after this trip. This guy, I saw this guy a few weeks ago. Same spot. He's moved his way all the way up this hill. That's amazing. This guy, his whole summer is this drainage. Cancel. His whole summer is going to be this. Just making the drainage work for wintertime. We had a luggage malfunction on the R100.
That was my best guess.
Yeah. So we're actually passing the Connecticut. This is the Connecticut River right here. Very small here versus how it is down for you guys, but look at that. I have a picture here with my beta. Look how small that is. Think about this road here. I think it's a Backcountry/Rhubarb Pond. It's a one-way, so there's no loop. You can't like come up here and then take a different way down. You got to go back down the same way. That's the only bummer about this, is having to like backtrack for like an hour. Other than that, I'm so glad this really exists. This is beautiful. This is moose jumping out territory right here. The bane of your existence, that kickstand.
Oh, thank you. Oh, no problem. Yeah, I saw something start moving.
There's 5 more bikes coming up after me.
Perfect.
So everyone made it up. This is actually the crew passing the Rhubarb Pond where I stopped to take pictures and drone footage and going up to the very end.
That's it!
And this is the end of the NEBDR. As you can see, a little area here to stealth
Go
camp.
ahead, yeah, it's great.
A fire. They made it up there successfully and then came right back down to where I was. But while they were riding up, I did get some awesome. I'm really proud of this drone footage. It goes on for a little while till, let's see, well, wow. Until like 37 minutes of 5 minutes of this. Feel free to skip forward if you want to. I thought I'd talk for a few minutes and sort of share my experience and what I thought about doing this for the second time. Now keep in mind that I've done the hamster maybe 6 times and I've done the NEBDR twice. So you know, this is definitely my favorite part of it, which is not just because it's the end, but because it's the most natural and kind of untouched part of the entire route. I mean, you're quite literally 250 yards from the border, Canadian border, and you're straddling the New Hampshire and Maine border. You cross Maine and New Hampshire, you know, a couple of times in the last 10 miles. But it's, you know, this little pond is beautiful. It's not very deep, it's super shallow. It's about a mile past the pond that you come out to the end, and heavily wooded, so you really can't easily cross into Canada unless you machete your way through the woods. And you know, I found the whole 3 days to be, you know, fantastic. It went a little bit slow because of a large group. We had a couple of mechanical issues, but overall, awesome group of riders. Everyone was super talented. Many of them were better riders than me, And so I just kind of enjoyed having done it before. I was able to calm people's nerves about some of the harder sections, and then, but also just going through it again. It's different every time you do these rides. Like, even though the track is the same, it's different because half of the experience is going to be made up by the individuals who are with you on the journey. The things they point out, things they see, the things they experience, you then share in that learning, and so you're all kind of on the same wavelength by the second day. But I got to do more drone stuff. I'm just usually too busy riding to film, but stopping where I did and getting these overhead shots was a lot of fun. Yeah, so let's play out, and then I'll get back to the rest of the video, which is almost done. By the way, our leader here, Hodges, didn't know that for like the last few miles he's had a slash in his tire. He was riding basically with a flat here, and doing a really good job at it. He had no air pressure at all. Wolfgang has a flat. That sucks. It's on the sidewall, we think. It's not good. Not good at all. I feel for him.
So what did you have in here?
All kinds of stuff. There's two sides to it.
No slime or anything like that.
I don't know. I bought the most expensive kit they make.
Pumps.
But
it's all just for plugging and pumping?
and the other side, I think, is also a plug thing.
Yeah, I have that. Yeah, I have all that.
Okay.
But you know, it's not gonna do us any good.
Yeah.
I guess you could try, but
Where's the slash?
out here.
Oh wow.
It's really stupid.
It looks nasty,
You know,
but I'm still saying, pump it up and see.
I could try to squeeze a couple quarts in there.
Do we have a bead breaker? I got zoned out because I was controlling the aircraft, and I wasn't even.
You were at that time?
Yes, I was. Oh, that does go down deep. Holy crap, that's deep. Oh.
Oh my god. And lost and free.
This is
Just swim across the surface. Yeah. That is some a little bit shallow here, though. Oh man. You didn't hit? Nope.
Oh, that was easy.
Yeah. I went down the shallow part.
Sunday afternoon.
How's your tire?
Holding air.
Have you touched it up at all, or still at 25, 26, or did you measure it? About 25.
Oh, I got your gloves.
Okay.
I got vice grips. Anyone have sockets?
I do. Let me move my bike.
against the tree here. Or porch.
I've got zip ties. Maybe not as no. Shane's got the big zip ties. Oh, fucking word.
Bye guys. See ya.